Hi, I'm Laurie Dobson. Today is March 5th, 2021. I'm on the island of Great Cranberry in Maine. I've been getting real sick of looking at what's happening to people. It's getting hard to recognize. It's embarrassing. It's actually shameful. And what's really hard is when I see myself in the actions of what other people are doing, handing away the rights, giving them up, almost willingly to show that they're with the program, that they're generous, that they're thinking of grandma, that they don't want to get anybody else hurt. So they deny themselves things they took for granted, unfortunately took for granted, didn't fight for, are not fighting for now. Not like me, not like what I'm doing. I'm protesting. But I see people fighting against their rights, if such a thing could be contemplated. People have been taught. They know. Everybody on this earth that's an adult right now knows what's going on is not natural, that their freedoms are being taken away. Lots of kids understand it too, of course. But the ones responsible are the ones that are adults, and they're responsible for not going with this program. Every adult is being called upon now to take back their rights, the ones that have been taken from them, the ones they've given away, the ones they've freely given away, and the ones they're not fighting for, the ones they're not fighting to keep or to get back. It's a lot harder to get them back than to keep them. It's harder to take off a mask when you become used to wearing one because you're embarrassed. It's hard to acknowledge that you've been to somebody else's house when your agreement with yourself is that you won't go anywhere or do anything because you're afraid to. You're just afraid to because you don't want to go against the law, whatever the excuse, but it's an excuse and you're just afraid, just like anybody else. The problem is nobody's been telling truth to you. Nobody's been talking to you like what's really going on. I recommend a movie named Captain Fantastic. It's by one of my heroes of all time, Viggo Mortensen. Not only did he show us an example of a real man, Aragorn, who becomes the king of men, king of the men of Gondor in Lord of the Rings in the trilogy. But he has been an amazing person. He has shown many different roles, how to be a man. In the movie Captain Fantastic, he's leading his children in the right ways, in the paths that he understands. In the end, he has to compromise so that they can live in the world, because otherwise their family would be torn apart. So he made the necessary compromise for that. But within that, he celebrated things that the children understood, and he gave them real values. They celebrate Noam Chomsky Day instead of a fictitious elf. They understand things. They take responsibility for self-learning. He takes responsibility to train them in the ways they should go. And it's a burden on them at times. It's not an easy life. But he trains them to be prepared in the world, and he gives them the confidence of knowing that they can survive and they can trust their own minds to think and to reason and to discern truth from falsehood. And I love this movie. It's just so real, and it's just so pure. And it's all the ways we've gone wrong. And the sad thing is that this movie is done before all the stuff that has been happening lately, that, if you see this movie and you just realize how antiquated the thoughts are. Gosh, we don't have those rights anymore. The little kid is talking about the Bill of Rights, all the rights that we have, that Congress shall not, shall make sure that these laws are protected one after another. And the little kid knows what they are, can defend them, and why they're so important, and why we must do it. Little kid, 7-year-old. It can be done. You can train people like that. Did we ever get taught those things? No. And in the movie, it explains exactly why, because the world is run by corporations. Citizens United 2010. It explains everything in this movie. And you don't need to know much more than that, what they tell you in it. You see the struggle of the guy trying to keep his family together under the rules that should be practiced by everybody. And the fact that we don't practice them is what makes it so much harder for other people. It shows the popular culture and how the kids are ill-prepared, the kids in the popular culture, in comparison. It's a real wake-up call. We've had enough wake-up calls, though. I mean, how many wake-up calls does a person need to wake up? Just one. You fall back to sleep. Okay, you're lucky you get another one and another one. But they're not endless. Wake-up calls are not endless, because the people that are doing them have to stop what they're doing to protect the world, to take care of things, to help save the world, while you're sleeping. And if you don't wake up, you don't act like you're taking it seriously, you're responsible for children in this world. Hopefully you're a parent and you're doing something to help the human race continue and survive, which is your duty as a human being, if you can, to help the young survive, to make way for the propagation of the world, the continuation of the world, and the proper care of the world. That we're stewards. We're brought here to take care of things while we're here, to learn the best ways to do that. That's my belief. What other reason do you have to live that you can say, is better than that? Tell me. To get your toys, to get your money, to be a billionaire, to have power over other people, to be able to tell people to put their masks on and feel powerful because you've got that power over people. Put it up over your nose now. Naughty, naughty. The power to be a bully. That's called bullying of the worst sort. And you don't even see it. If you could look at yourself doing it. There was a word for that, quizzling, back in the day of World War II. Quizzlings. The Vichy government, I've talked about this before in my other videos, but it's all willing servitude. The Jews in the camps that helped collect the teeth, helped get them out of people, helped take the things from the people. They knew where they hid them because they were also Jewish. They knew where they hid their jewels and their clothing or how they knew how to get them off of people before they gassed them. That was their job, and that's how they kept alive. And, I guess this is just about survival now. Is that where we're at? We're just dog eat dog. We're not taking care of each other anymore. Then we're not a civilization. We don't have a right to call ourselves one. But at the very least, if you're not going to join up with the forces for good that are fighting to keep this world together and sane, don't join up with the forces of evil, because they're very evil. They don't want us to know how evil, but they're satanic. They have rituals. It's a well-known fact, and you can look into it, and you won't want to because it's disgusting. It's horrible. But there are Satanists. They're practicing Satanists. Pedophilia is a real thing, and it's happening in this world. 2,500 children a day are abducted. A day. That's your world. That's where your world is going to. And you're helping if you're not fighting that. You're helping, and I'm helping if we're not fighting that. So let's take care of the people. Let's take care of the children. Let's defend them. Lynn's Warriors, LYNN''S Warriors. You can go there. It's on Twitter. You can become a person of worth. If you haven't been already doing things that are really making a difference now, and I'm not talking about being the head of an organization so you can watch the money. You can be one of the people helping take down the financial arm of a dying church. You can lord over things and try to, gain power in organizations, try to, not let them run against, along with the rules of order. You can take down companies, entrepreneurial companies. You can take down nonprofits. You can plunder and steal. You can do whatever you think you need to save yourself or save your family or whatever it is that you're doing. But if you're not helping this world be a better place, then you're just scum. You're scum. Scum that has a high opinion of itself. And the day will come when these things will turn around and be more evident and people will start fighting. I look to that day. I'm going to help it because that's the side to be on. That's the side worth being on. That's the only reason I think we're here at this time in our country's existence, to fight for what was good about this country, what might still happen, might still remain. That if we just all say, oh, great reset, oh, we won't have anything and we'll be happy. Oh, well, he said so, so that must be what I just do. I just lay down my whole entire life, all of my rights, all my reason for breathing a free breath, and hand it over to this one person who's not from our country, who I owe no allegiance to, who just said that that's the way it's going to be. Or Bill Gates, who says I'm going to start eating, meatless plant food now. And if I do, it's my choice. It's my choice, but not for him to buy up all the land and to not allow farmers to grow on it, not allow people to be fed. Jesus said, feed my sheep. Okay, are you Christian? I don't know. But if you are, feed the sheep. Make sure the food supply chains are there for people when they start taking it down. Make sure there are protections. Do it around you. If you have more money, do it to protect the system. Fight these people. Fight these people that want to destroy us. If you don't believe that's the game plan, message me and I'll send you enough to convince you within an hour. But you gotta wake up. It's called opening your eyes. It's called understanding what's right in front of you and stop lying to yourself, because you're lying to yourself if you don't see what's going on right now. It's a desperate time. We're in a crisis, a vast proportion. You've got people talking about the end of days, people that would normally not be talking like that. And it's only because they see the signs. But you can't just sit back and predict things. You can't just, be a mouthpiece on a video like I'm doing right now. You have to actually do something about this. But the first step is to be visible within your own self. Identify yourself. Stop hiding. Come out. Come out. Look around. Figure out what you're going to do. Figure out how much love you have in your heart about people. And if you care about people, then tell the truth, starting with yourself, and have fun with it. Because this is pretty bizarre. It's pretty insanely ridiculous. And you have to protect your heart. So you laugh, you take care of your heart, but you make it strong, okay? Lose the weight. Ditch the extra stuff. Ditch the people that are taking your energy. Ditch the things that are going to keep you from helping this world be a better place. If it's wasting your time, it's wasting the world's time. Right now, you're an emissary of the world if nobody else is. And if you've got the view of looking at this whole world and the benefit of it, and you care about it, then you're one of the people here that's rare and qualified. And I respect you. And I salute you. And together we can do this. Okay, have a good day, guys.